So lazy days, day hire boat. Maximum number of passengers, well, people on board the boat is 10. This is quite a strict rule because it's maritime law. As soon as you have more than that, you have to have a skipper and everything. So we do have to adhere quite strictly to that. On the outside, please, it's very important that we don't walk on the gunnels or sit on the roof, especially with young kids. But anyway, it's just not allowed. And people will phone us up and say, "Oh, your hirers are messing about on the roof," and it's very dangerous. And sort of on that note, when you're going through the tunnel, obviously, especially young children, make sure you've got all the limbs inside because the metal against the brick can have a serious injury. We also recommend that these canopies, they do roll up, so they just clip there, roll up, and they're fast and neat. Even on a really hot day, we recommend that you wait until you're at the other. You've been through the tunnel on the other side, because it's always quite chilly in the tunnel, and it's not that pleasant when you're underneath below decks in the dark. So right, to go on to the boat. So she'll be empty of waste and filled with water for your journey. Come on through. So we have under here, we have the mooring pins and various implements that you may need. Your chances are you'll be going to the top of Foxton Locks where there's the big bollards to moor to. It's a lot easier. But then if you need these, if you're stopping in the countryside, then do that. Weight distribution. It is important that you don't all go over to one side or all sit on one side. You'll notice the boat will lift, so spread the weight evenly. And if something exciting to see, don't all go over to rush to see it on one side. And sort of on the balancing note as well, just be very careful with anything hot on the hob. Again, with children, just please make sure that there's nothing left unattended on the hob. Now, the toilet in here, the heads. It is a push flush mechanism. So the toilet is flush there and release there. So that's how we do it. Again, there should be all the toilet papers on board, spare toilet papers underneath here, spare bin bags for the binners there. Not the biggest fridge. Some people do prefer to bring their own cool box. That's fantastic. There's room to put various cool box and cool bags. Everything you need, glasses, cutlery, that's all provided. Please try and wash them up before you leave. We don't, it's just not really fair on the cleaner if she's got to do all that. Similarly, when you leave the boat, if possible, make sure the canopy's down because people might not be here, and just stops the rain coming in. Okay, so stern of the boat. So this is the switch we use to isolate the battery. So, and also that's the tunnel light won't work with that. So it should have been turned on, but in the event of someone forgetting, that's the on position. Starting the boat. This is the stop cord. So we make sure that's pushed right in there, and then through here, we're going to hold it on the green light, and generally, especially if it's a little bit chilly, we're going to give it 20 seconds. She's actually been started already, so there's no need for that there, but she's started. And that's started. It's a flick up for the tunnel light, and a flick that way for the heating. That's just a blown air heating, so it might not work straight away. Once the engine's warmed up and water's flowing through the system, heat up and you've got the horn in there. If you hear any alarm lights going off or you see any steam coming out the engine compartment, please stop, and you can call or text John, the number's on there. And similarly, if you get anything caught around the propeller or anything you're worried about, please, it's much safer just to pull over and call the Wharf or call John on his mobile, because you're never far away from us and we'd rather come and sort it out and get you quickly. Stopping the engine, I'll do that now, so to the engine going. Peaceful, there we go. And then we're going to switch the key off there. This little gadget She does have an annoying rattle with the hatch. So we just put that in there. That just simply does that. When you're leaving the boat at Tom Foxton, going for lunch or whatever, do bear in mind that there's no point locking it because they can still get in through the canopy. So just take your phones and valuables with you. But generally, people are pretty honest, so you can leave clothing and stuff and life jackets. And also, if you're worried for adults or children, we do have a good selection of life jackets. So just to be safe, and just a couple of general rules: you are not allowed through the locks in hire boats at all. You wouldn't have the time, but also, and they wouldn't let you through. But that's it's not our policy. It's just that's how it is. And respect is a big thing for us. Very important. It's a very small community. It's like a little village. It's a very long, thin village, but everyone knows everyone else. And we do ask that you obey the rules. So we're not going too fast, more than 4 miles an hour, which is walking pace. The boat is limited. And if it's a full boat, generally you wouldn't go over that speed anyway. And also we ask that you respectfully slow down when you're going past fishermen and moored boats, just because it does create a wake and a wash, and they will come out and shout at you. So there we go. Again, please keep off the roof, keep off the gunnels, stay safe, enjoy your day. With regards to weather, hope for the best and prepare for the worst. And it's a lovely, well, look at it today. What more could you want?